Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2. But before we go on, if you're liking what you're watching and you want to see more content, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's talk about the episode, Peacemaker. So Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2, titled A Man is Only as Good as His Bird. And honestly, that summarizes for me how I feel about the episode, honestly, because the episode in general is kind of slow. It's for sure an in-between episode. There's just a lot of things in this episode going on that we already know, right? It's Rick Flag Sr., who's suspicious of Peacemaker, but also, he's upset because he killed his son. He does actually find out more details about what happened from Suicide Squad 2. And then he has Economos, looking at him and spying on him and everything. And there's all that. And then what the events of how episode 1 ended, where Peacemaker accidentally kills himself from another dimension and all that. But overall, everything is the same. The differences is just, kind of continuing that, I guess. But this is information we already know from the first episode and also from the trailers, honestly. But so nothing really different in this episode. There's a new character in this episode called Langston Fleury, played by Tim Meadows, and he's kind of like Economos' handler, making sure he's doing his job, and he's spying on Peacemaker and all that, and that they're doing what they're told by Rick Flag Sr. I'm not too fond of his character, honestly. I don't know. There's something about James Gunn comedy, and I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. I like Guardians of the Galaxy. I like Suicide Squad 2. The whole beginning of that movie had me cracking up. But I think there's just a way of delivery with his comedy that makes it work, because his comedy is not for everybody, and it's weird, and it's kind of like that dumb comedy. But again, there's something about delivery, and I just honestly I don't feel like Tim Meadows has it, at least not in this episode. It kind of comes off more as annoying, and I mean, maybe that's kind of the approach he's supposed to have as the character. But to me, I was just like, this is dumb. I get the joke because it's a James Gunn style joke because he's the writer, but it just, I don't know, I just didn't feel it with some of the jokes, some of the lines and everything, and there's this thing about him and birds and all that, and it just, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. Maybe it will change as the series goes on, as this season goes on, but as of right now, I'm just like, I'm not really feeling him and his delivery. So again, there isn't much going on in this episode that we don't already know. The characters are still going through their own things, and we kind of go a little deeper into that, like with Amelia and Leota and her relationship, and also Peacemaker and what's going on, especially with what happened at the end of the first episode. But other than that, there's nothing much. But at the same time, there is the best scene so far in the show, which is Eagly. There's a scene with Eagly, and it's the best thing in the show so far. That whole scene with him and these guys that try to break into Peacemaker's house and do what they need to do without spoiling it. But it's a great scene. It is so good. Again, best scene so far in the show. Eagly's the star. Again, that's why I said at the beginning, the title of this episode summarizes how I feel about this episode. A man is only as good as his bird, because everything else about the episode was okay, was slow, but then that scene was great. So Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 2, have you seen it? Are you going to watch Peacemaker? Have you been seeing it? Have you seen Season 1? Have you seen Suicide Squad 2? And what do you think about Fleury, this new character? And also, what do you think about Eagly? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.